We're back in the office! This place is silly, but makes me happy. Hello, one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am the Max of Few Trades. In the last part, I ain't gonna lie to you, we had a uniquely difficult time in court, even for us. What with, you know, the person we're defending apparently either having been possessed by a yokai or, at the very bare minimum, claiming to have been, which is just a huge mess in of itself. And now we have to, like, attempt to prove it. So we gotta make, like, the director of Superman 1 and make people believe that a man can fly. It's gonna be a day for us, to say the bare minimum. Hey, yo, she doing her thing, though! Look at her! Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented, to say the least. Yeah, a little bit. I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it's kind of strange, isn't it? Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. Oh, right, yeah, we met Blackwell, the guy who murdered a person. Yeah, who's also still a prosecutor for some reason. And he made multiple attempts on Apollo's life for some reason. What is going on in court? Ah, dark age of the law indeed. Ugh, I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit. Oh, man, I like how... Okay, I want to say some things here, all right? I want to say some things about Athena. I like the style she has, and I like the dynamic that she brings to the rest of the team. Because, you know, it's interesting because it's like, you know, we're used to having, you know, sidekicks or co-counsel that don't really have anything to do with the law, but, you know, they're peppy and upbeat and they're energetic and they're awesome in their own ways. But Athena's actually a lawyer too, and I feel like I feel like Athena, she injects this sort of new energy that we don't really see with any other character combination. I don't know. I've been really enjoying her. I like what she brings. Wait, what about the investigation? And suddenly, Trucy's here. Back. Whoa, Trucy, welcome back. A meeting of the minds. My God. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Have we ever seen her not in her stage outfit? It's like her only pair of clothing. Back from work? Oh no, I just walk around in this all the time. Yep. I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. Yeah, no, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. That was not a trick. I was merely flying by the seat of my pants. You've seen me do it several times before. You'll see me do it many times in the future. I would prefer it be called a strategy. Thank you. Anyway, you, little missy, could be very helpful indeed. What would make a demon fly? I'm seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know that, because the incredibly suspicious dude isn't good enough. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tenma Taro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. Let's go look at an air duct! The real fight starts right now! Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. Which ones would that be? Ah, God, she's stuffing them in her panties! Well, thank you. I do have to ponder how you just instinctually know which pieces of evidence aren't going to be useful anymore, but thank you. I have less crap in my inventory now. Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trussy's magic panties. They love that joke. I wonder where all that stuff goes. In her magic panties. Can't you read, Apollo? Come on, man. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vámonos, Apollo, vámonos. All right. Rapido. All right, what else we got going on around here? What's going on? Detective Fulbright. Mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Athena is literally on the side of justice. She could not be any more on the side of justice. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... Wow, what a sad sack. Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Probably. Well, the sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It was graphic. I don't think we can show it. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. He seems like the type to bounce back, though, so I ain't too worried. I sort of feel bad for him, but not that much. But we have to work, so we gotta do some stuff. Let's go get that evidence. The air duct is the key. We know the Ten Mataro impersonator used it to make an escape. So, let's take a gander. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, they just kinda scuttled their way over into the air ducts. The killer entered the air duct in the hallway. And then just kinda, I find it weird that the air duct it's only connected to the hallway and the fox chamber. Isn't an air duct supposed to like go to all sorts of different places to, you know, circulate air? And I don't know, there's something about this that seems kind of uniquely pointless. Really useful for the sake of this crime, but other than that, it seems unnecessary. Regardless, yeet that key, then went back through the duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. It is interesting that we're not consulting Trucy about this. I mean, this literally seems like stuff to be right up her alley, but okie dokie. I guess we can't have two people following us around at the same time. That'd just be silly. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Maybe there's still a little bit of blood on their feet at the time. Who knows? Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a step ladder! I think this is the first time we've used any kind of ladder whatsoever, step or otherwise, in an actual investigation. That's fantastic. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Well, I don't actually know if Apollo is shorter than Athena, but anyone else getting the vibe that Apollo is shorter than Athena? I'm gonna have to look up how tall both of them are and see if that's the case. Cause I don't know, maybe there's just something about Athena's energy that makes me feel like she'd be kind of tall. Oh, it's pitch black in here. Here goes nothing. And then Apollo started slam-a-jamming. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's never been cleaned in here. They need to hire a maid or something. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Bro's gonna need some serious dry cleaning. Ah, God, this sucks! Why does my job suck so much? I don't get it. You good in there, buddy? Find anything? Yeah! Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. The way you're saying that makes me think it ain't dust, which is concerning. So, what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, that's usually how it mostly works. Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Oof. Hey, you had an excuse. Right. You'd think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of duct without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that duct lately? Kinda looks that way. Oh, that's a really good point. And considering the fact that they were probably in a big honkin' Tengu costume, they'd basically be acting as a huge feather duster. And if it's true, Mayor Tenma is going to be fingered as the killer. But if we don't turn things around quickly, in justice we trust! You know, I gotta be honest. The way it almost sounds like we trust in justice, you know? Ha ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. He seems to take delight in the failings of others. That's fun. Charming, even. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Ah, come on. Where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man. Bring it on. I'll fist fight you. I'll throw hands. Let me suffer in peace. Oh, poor Apollo. Sometimes, I don't know, it's weird. I know Phoenix has gone through so much, but I don't know, it kind of feels like the universe dunks on Apollo even harder than it does him, and that is depressing. Haha, justice prevail once more. It's not over yet, and besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're right. I'm a monster. Me? Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Also an asshole? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information, eh? About the investigation, eh? Yeah, all right, sure, why not? But I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again. Understood? Yeah, all right, sure. Athena is a master at negotiations. We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? I don't know. Do I look like I know anything about anything? Clearly not. Anyway, here's my badge. So this is my attorney's badge. No! Present it with more confidence and conviction! Like this! I was kind of hoping this would happen. And justice we trust! Okay, how's this? Apollo Justice Attorney at Law! Here comes justice! Oh, I accidentally took a screen capture! That was amazing! But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Let's see you do it 10 more times. Okay, I'll try my best. Apollo, what are you doing? Ah! How'd you talk me into this? Sometimes it's worth it. I just thought, I kind of thought that would result in some sort of badge show-off competition or something. Much worth it. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low and also try to stab people. I mean, depending the blame on a yokai, he really wants a conviction at all costs. Nani? She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Her frickin' irises disappear. How does she even do that? Yes, well, I'm scared. And other emotions. I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. Oh, that's neat. I doubt that'll teach him anything. He probably uses a calligraphy pen. Blah. Pretentious wait, what? Yeah, he'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times. Jesus. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father. The real killer. Yeah, right, I'd like to see him prove it. Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this stick thing. It was at the base of the cliff, just outside QB Manor. Wait, this isn't the staff Tenma Taro was supposedly carrying, is it? Quick, shake it. Maybe it makes a jingle jangle noise. The one and only. We know because it has the fingerprints of a bird on it. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No, wait, what about Prince? The Fingy Prince! Nope, no Prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, then you can't prove she was holding it. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case, why yoink it? What is the benefit of the yoinkage? Where in the mansion did Tenma Taro get it from? And for why? Anyway, tell me about that wrestleman. Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the amazing Ninetales? He did indeed! He's a sharp one, all right. But with the sword and all, he figured it out while investigating the municipal merger and the victim's past. The amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. Yeah, we keep hearing that. The amazing Ninetales fans are so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center. Jesus. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered, which, you know, is all kinds of butts. They must have been shocked when they found out what happens. Nobody really ever anticipates that kind of thing. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the amazing Ninetales? So it would seem. A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. This is all classic stuff. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. Why did I almost say suffice? That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No. Did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah. I kinda did. She got swept up in the mania. Foxamania. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. Oh, I doubt that immensely. Even when this game came out, I'm sure there were vastly more hated mayors. Do you have any idea how much competition there is for that? I don't think so. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a 4-figure leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature. It was very crass, very mean. My feelings were hurt. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. Yeah, that don't feel right. I know. Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Bruh. Hang on, what is the age difference here? Hold up, Fulbright. 33 to, and yes, Apollo is 23. That's not even a thing. I guess it's a little more thing for Athena, but not so much Apollo. What now, Apollo? I don't approve of his dismissive behavior around us. How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. You might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. He do be back in full power. He do be feeling good about himself these days again, which is always nice. I mean, I guess he doesn't technically have his badge back yet, but still. It's gotta be useful. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases, and I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Whoa, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out to the max. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? That shipper attitude of yours, Trucy. It's in a league its own. Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time it's like we're bound and gagged, too. And also someone's poking us with a really sharp stick in the sides. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright! Still not used to seeing him at this angle. It's weird. How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena? Terrible, atrocious, downright horrendous. I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happens? All right. There's something so exciting about this guy. I don't know what it is. He's the best. All right. I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. I can't imagine you're too particularly impressed. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. That face. Yeah, no, it really wasn't. I know. I've never had to defend a yokai before. The business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. It's not a locker room. God damn it. Yeah, well, we found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news! How are we gonna get out of this one? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Yeah, you can't, there's no crying till it's over. A guy said that once, I forget who. Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. Well, I mean, yes, it was Mia that taught him that, but I was referencing a different, but they were related in a way. It's fine, don't worry about it. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your clients, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? Hang on a second, hold up. I want to present my badge to Phoenix. That's, I mean, especially not the aloof version of himself. That's a rare opportunity. Your attorney's badge, huh? I used to show mine to everyone too. Why? You know, I never really thought about it. But I could ask you the same question. You know what's really fun about this exact specific thing? Unless a player had gotten into the habit of always doing that in these games, you wouldn't be doing it now. So the only way you would think to show Phoenix your badge right here in this situation is if you were doing it all of the time. Therefore kind of making it like this weird, self-contained prophecy sort of thing. It's really neat how that works. Me? Well, I guess you could say I show it because there's someone to show it to. Or something like that, I don't know. When you say it like that, it sounds kind of, I don't know, philosophical? I guess it does. Or does it? God, this is a building full of the biggest dorks in the universe. So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. What were you doing in Europe? Eh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, you work here. How do you not know where your boss was? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. That's true, you are in preparation of getting your badge back, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. That smile. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. Say what? I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Aw, look at this doof. Look at her. Oh, it's nothing special. That's so cute. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. It's just, I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I wonder what she was going for before she had this life-changing meeting. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, yeah. If she met Phoenix and that's ultimately what inspired her to become a lawyer, I mean, how many years ago was this? Was it even years ago? I'm curious because, I mean, she's a lawyer at 18, so she's got to be like crazy prodigious, you know, and all that. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or personal. Like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Oh, that's interesting. All right, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And man, what a smile it is. Don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my clients. Right, even if he is possessed by a demon. Or he thinks he is, whatever. Mr. Wright? Yeah, what up? I'm gonna go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. All right, time to see what's new down at the detention center. I say, let's go. So much typing. Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something. I am a very spooky crow! Ah! Ka! So my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Nah, I'm pretty sure this is just him now. Kinda sucks. Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste! Wow. He's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I suppose, from the yokai's, let's just play along. If he is a yokai now, technically the yokai is innocent too. I mean, essentially. So, yeah, interesting that. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him win his freedom. Yeah, it's a bit questionable at this point. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean? If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will! I suppose it's worth a shot. What do we got to lose at this point? Hell of a lot of nothing. Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed! The remnants of Tenmataro, king of the underworld, they be. The day when I once again God, oh my god. I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand! Ka! Oh, I am so losing my mojo. The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie. What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once. Say what? Mayor Tenma, is that you? Well, now, Damien appears to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien! I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman Kyubi, did you? I have killed no one, recently. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ass. Ah, Jesus. So, you're saying there must have been somebody else there. Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned he'd been clubbed with a statue. I'd better ask about this too. Indeed I should. What do you remember, y'all? Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me? Indeed I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. What? Behold, the key to the forbidden chamber. Whoa! Is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too? I mean, a lot of animals can do that. And technically humans can too. It's kind of like a common thing with prison and whatnot. But we don't need to get into any of that. Ah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the forbidden chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight. But no fingerprints shall you find upon that key. Well, how do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then? Foolish mortal! You would have me, Tenmataro, act as some asinine alchemist? I don't know, I mean, it seems like a kind of handy ability. Instantaneous cleanup. You know, I don't know. I'd appreciate that power. I but asked the jailer and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Caw-caw-caw-caw! Always an honor to serve, your malevolence. Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Or that's just a weird guard. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening long, long ago, would I have made my return? He has a point there. If I knew how this thing worked, I would have used it, you dinkies. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. We're gonna have to go and find her. God, the killer swallowed. That is messed up. Anywho, I need to ask you about this thing that you got clubbed with. What, might I ask, is that? The statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. And I don't know why. Why would it be that way? Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Scanning my brain. Something wrapped in just a cloth, does he recall? A secret gift from Alderman QB, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck. Of that Damien does not know, for he was unconscious. Sucks, don't you know? A secret gift, interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it? Maybe Jinxie knows something about everything. Why didn't we just go talk to her? I should question him about the blackmail letter too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Yeah, that's a good question. What do you guys say about all this? Why this? This is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently someone slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Caw-caw-caw-caw! You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Yeah, no, tell me all you know. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase. Yeah, maybe like, I don't know, let's just throw this out there. I'm just spitballing. I'm, tossing ideas out into the wind and seeing if it gets picked up or anything. Maybe the aide to the mayor who's extraordinarily creepy and suspicious? Maybe. Whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Could it have been his doing? Mr. Mayor, or Mr. Taro, did you remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of the letter, Damien's aide, Confronting L'Belle. Full knowledge of that briefcase contents did that aide possess. Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. God, we should have thought about that when we first met the dude. I guess that's profiling, but whatever, look at this dude. That is preposterous. He's a most trusted advisor. Yeah, because advisors have never had a long and storied history of being traitorous, backstabbing assholes. That's not one of the most common tropes in fiction. He would never betray Damien. It's weird that a yokai would say something like that. Seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge! Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Confronting L'Belle. Here comes justice! Let's go find Mr. L'Belle and rake him over the coals. And also hit him with a rake, maybe. That'd be fun too. Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Let's freaking go! There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. L'Belle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the forbidden chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. I keep thinking of Mr. Jinx from Pixie and Dixie cartoons. Whenever they say Jinxie. I hate you, pieces to pieces. God. Anyway, where would she be chillin'? Maybe in Yokai Lane. Let's take a look. After it very slowly types in the location in case you forgot where it was. Hey, isn't that... Oh, hey, there's Jinxie. That girl is going through it. Really utilizing the 3D models. Jinxie, she's acting really strange. Oh no! Her forehead thingies! They're gone! That loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine and despair. Grr, grr. You shall pay, oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? No! Ah! Damn it! Why? Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I laid down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no! It must have been the Makurogagashi. I can't say Japanese words. Makura Geishi? I have no dude. I don't know. Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The whatever you calls it preys on people while they're asleep. It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight or maybe a snug sleeping bag. Aw. Tuck in the Dorcas. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? No, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. Ugh, phrase that better. I'd say we had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now. I better reapply them. There we go. All right as rain. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. A couple somethings, actually, if you've got the time. There was something I wanted to tell you, too. I remembered something else. You did? What was it? I don't know. Let's start talking about everything. So many things, people. Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here we go. Really? What? It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. What? What? Are you sure? Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now. So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Yeah, just a little bit. Why? Because Jinxie is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, then who the hell else are they gonna think did it? It'll totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Ah, beans. Which Athena is full of. Jinxie's fuzzy memory of that whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck refuting that! Oh man, this is not good. 9 times different types of suck. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something, because I don't want to have to get you out of that one. You already stole something from the crime scene. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the forbidden chamber, would you? The door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism, really? Uh-huh. It's hidden in the fox chamber. Well, yeah, that's where the door is, so kind of makes sense. But only Alderman Kyubi knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Ninetails Vale sure loved his secrets. That he did. That he did. Now he is dead. So let this be a lesson to us all. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Whoa, whoa, slow down. Yeah, silly goober. There's something else I need to talk about. Let's see. Jinxie, is there only one key to the forbidden chamber? Uh-huh. Even the manor's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened except for the time when it ends up being opened. That's caused all these problems, you see. Guess that means nobody entered the forbidden chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so... That's good. There could be some really good evidence in there then. So the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the forbidden chamber were not in vain! Happy smile! Alright. I believe there was something else I was supposed to talk to her about. Maybe it was the blackmail letter? Let's find out. Hold up. No, I need to present. Let's see. I remember there being something else we were supposed to talk about. Let's see. Or maybe show her the key? What's this? Tsukomogami? Tsukomogami? A yokai that inhabits objects that have been used for a really long time. The red demon and a Tsukomogami? What a strange combination. Is everything to her some supernatural phenomenon? I mean, I've only known her for like a day, but that really does seem to be the case, yeah. Anyway, blackmail letter? And nope, nothing. Okay. Her statements? I saw him, Tenmataro. It nearly scared me to death. That it certainly did. Did you see a lot of monsters, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Shivers. In fact, I encountered the Sunekosuri this morning. Shivers. Sunokosuri? You know, I don't know that one. Tell me about it. It's a mean little beast that trips you by bumping into your shins. I keep tripping all the time because of that pesky little thing. You could just be clumsy. When it gets really bad, I stick Sunokosuri warding charms on my shins. How about investing in some shin guards after watching your step instead? Absolute. Oh, hang on. I think it was something maybe to do with the Amazing Ninetales and her fandom of him. Wait, Jinxie's a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales. She'd probably freak out if I showed her this mask without the guy in it. What were you thinking? It would crush her if she figured out her favorite wrestler is that she doesn't know. Yeah, guess I'll spare her the grief. Although she really could use a reality check. Yeah, we meet some gals like that sometimes. All right, well then fine. How about we just, this? There we go. Ha! That's the Amazing Ninetales. He lives in the mountains right outside the village, but he often comes to visit. Really? Doesn't sound very secret or reclusive to me. No, he's not. In fact, he visits the village bathhouse all the time. No way! The Amazing Ninetales goes to public bathhouses? That's just weird. Uh-huh. But like a true wrestling legend, he never takes his mask off, so you know he's stinky in there. He takes baths in his mask. Uh-huh. And he also has a towel that says, "Wrestlers Wanted." If I saw a naked masked guy with a message like that on his towel, I'd run the other way. All right, so that accomplished nothing. But okay, but I mean, we got some comedy out of it, so you know, we'll take it, we'll take it. All right, let's head to the Fox Chamber then. Let's see, hey, it's this dude again. Ah, damn, man. Interesting. I just realized I don't seem to have the ability to inspect things. That's interesting. So... Okay, maybe go to the manor entrance? All right, well, hey, at least we have a chance to talk to Athena. That's always good. So the crime scene was locked tight at the time. Ugh, this is a tough one. The only people in that locked room were the deceased, the alderman, and the mayor. Maybe the killer hid somewhere in that room. But is that really, is there really anywhere to hide in the Fox Chamber? Not really, not really. That was quite a day in court. The news just can't stop talking about how the demon Tenmataro made an appearance. There's never an exorcist around when you need one. I used to know a Chandler at least. Oh well. I heard the judge actually held an exorcism in his courtroom after that. Good! Let's hope it's the last we'll see of that pain in the neck yokai. I don't know. I have a feeling Tenmataro could exorcise an exorcist. Probably. As an attorney defending a demon, I know how that feels. Oofenheimen. Okay, I'm missing something here. What? Anything new to see in here? No, of course not. Okay, well, then I presently don't know what to do. Hang on, don't I have the ability to, like, look at a notebook? I've got, like, a notebook. Hang on. Let's see. Show blackmail letter to L'Belle. Show Fox and Demon The Fox and Demon statue is what I... Dang, I showed this girl basically almost everything except the thing I was supposed to show. All right, tell me about this thing. Alderman Kyubi made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetales Vale in Tenma Town. Token of goodwill? The two yokai are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. They say hua with the who? The statue. Oh. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? That seems important. Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head. That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind. Isn't that interesting, actually? Okay, cool. Then that means, once we get the true killer on the stand, and they say, oh yes, the statue with the cup in it, and then, and then we'll be like, no, you stupid nerd, there's only one person who's supposed to know that. How'd you know that? And then it'll be a big thing, and our music will play, and it'll be awesome. Don't you worry, it's gonna be great. Anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it. Whoop! Hey! It's been a long time since he had a palpitation. My bracelet! It's tightening. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be a big stinky liar. Oh God, it's just as we trust. Yikes! It's a ghost! Ah, Jesus! It's a real back and forth. Cross counter after cross counter. Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? I have business with this young lady, so later, nerds. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her. Question me? Sorry, not interested. Oh, well, I mean, if you're not interested, I guess I can't do anything then. Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? Who's having an affair with a yokai? What? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask. Oh, but I can't tell you that now, can I? Ha ha ha! Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies in Just As We Trust. The Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash. So, you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then? It is a very weird haircut. Now come along, Miss Tenma, to the station with ye! Ah, heck. He took her away. I can't help but notice, we've seen 3 instances where we could use the bracelet, but only one where we actually have. Is that gonna be like, I don't know, like a running joke at this point? Apollo never gets to use his ability for anything? Missed my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out, because Fulbright isn't there anymore. Nice! I just hope they let us in now. Well, it's my current understanding that there ain't nobody there, so I think things are gonna be okay. Oh, dear God. That is not the hair color you had when we first saw you. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Where are you? Yeah, you were a blonde. What the hell? Ah, man, I don't even remember what voice I gave him. Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent. I'm so glad that I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. I say sarcastically because I'm the murderer. Hey, it's Mr. L'Belle, the murder man. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me? Oh, there's something we wanted to ask. What the hell? Where's that ringing coming from? Why the hell are his shoulder palindromes like cell phones? You'll have to excuse me. Hello, L'Belle here. Oh, what's that? Oh, what the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? Athena's asking the real questions. I can only assume they're tailor-made. Ah, surprised. This is my own special design. It's the ultimate in functional beauty. That's right, I'm the ultimate joker. Functional beauty? You sure about that? Because you look like a clown that, like, fell down the stairs for about a month straight. Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me. Why? You smell bad. You simply don't have an eye for beauty. Yeah, neither do you, buddy. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. Why don't we ever say the sassy comments out loud? I think we really should start doing that. So, what do you want with me? Well, before we even talk about anything, I'm just gonna throw this blackmail letter straight into your face. Look at this thing! What is that? It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman Kyubi. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And your point being, someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. So why'd you do that? Oh, you don't say. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally, Stinky boy! Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes. Or my eyes fall from their sockets. God, that's stinky. Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? This guy is exhausting to voice. Oh, well. Stinky. My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. Bro's covered in like 17 layers of foundation. I'm telling you now. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. Ah, heck, we needed that. You can't destroy evidence. Ha! What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now? You just won a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. And I assure you, it's an extensive list. I got a noodle shop guy. I got this one prosecutor I know. I got so many people, and you're at the top. All right, well, that sucks. Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Ten Mataro. But what about you, Mr. L'Belle? If you were in the I don't want to talk, because I'm a murderer, you see. Very well, I admit it. That's right. I, Florent L'Belle, saw the demon Ten Mataro. So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him? Oh, because I'm an asshole, obviously. I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie. Protect Jinxie? What do you mean? Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers. Which one are we talking about? Girls got like 17 of them. The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Ten Mataro. That one's new to me. No, it's not. We saw it not that long ago. Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Ten Mataro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect. Tell us more about that rumor! Oh, very well. I suppose I could do that. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie? They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It's one, it's one of those fringe things. It comes and goes. You know, like seasonal allergies, but with demonic possession. It happens. It hits suddenly, then she starts wandering around doing strange things. Is that so? Although, come to think of it, we did literally just see her do that. That loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fuck. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be hearing these exact same words again. You shall know the terror that is mine and despair. Which, you know, if true, means that the mayor is obviously not possessed. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier. Once she even put on a Ten Mataro costume and wandered about the woods at night. She did? Oh, that's not good for her case. Oh.
Beware you sealed me away.
Is that how she put the costume on? Okay, well now I have doubts. I don't think that actually happened. I wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes. You can already tell I'm getting tired. Memory lost during possession. That sucks. Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession. Man, you being on the stands is gonna suck. Then maybe. You smell bad, so you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making. Now, wait a minute. Although the yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo! Let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk to him. Yeah, I suppose we shall do this. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. Yeah, you have 2 cell phones. That seems excessive. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. I mean, I don't want to talk to him anyway, so it's like whatever. Hello, L'Belle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? I don't know. It's a bit, I don't know, lowbrow for me. Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Oh, then I shouldn't advertise it on TV. But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Man, this guy sucks. Stop the bus, I'm getting off. I'm out. You smell bad. Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis L'Belle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say? Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants. Peasants? Bro, you are a mayor's aide. This is my latest product. I'm calling it Couleur L'Belle. I don't know. dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. Is that why you're blue now, Abadiba Buddha? I guess that means you can't sweat. Of course not, you fool. I had my sweat glands surgically closed. Now I have to hide and pant like a dog. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads. Yet it's not available to the public. Great sales strategy there, genius. I think this murder man might be a crazy lunatic. Come to think of it, Mr. L'Belle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met. Took us a while to bring that up. Oh, the little lady has quite the discerning eye. I thought it was her ears that were good. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Oh, Apollo? What should I do? Better take it before you get a face full of cologne. Just take it. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. L'Belle. I don't hate this at all. Although I am curious what Athena would look like with blue hair now. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. I've had quite enough of all of this bullcrap for one day. We still gotta find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Good lordy, Lou, today has been a uniquely exhausting experience. I just want everybody to know. All right, here we go.